Hi, I'm Cameron McKenzie. I'm the editor-in-chief over at the serverside.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about installing Tomcat on your local machine. It's not too difficult a task to do. The first thing that you actually need to have done is you need to have the Java virtual machine installed. Here's a little Git bash window, and you can see if I type in Java version, it does tell me that I have Java installed. In this case, I've got Java 1.8. I'm pretty happy with that. And so then I can go ahead and download Tomcat and know that it will be installed. Tomcat 9 is the latest edition. You can see I'm heading over to tomcat.apache.org to find all of the downloads. I'm going to click on Tomcat 9. I've got a 64-bit machine, so I'm going to download the 64-bit version, and momentarily it actually comes onto my system. Now I've actually got a couple in there because, well, I downloaded it before this example just to make sure that you didn't have to wait too long, although it actually did download pretty quickly. After the download, I'm going to just unzip it here. Now I'm still in my downloads folder, but I'm going to do all of the unzipping here. You can see it creates an Apache Tomcat 9.0.17 folder. I'm actually going to rename that. I'm just going to rename it Tomcat 9. And you can see it's got all the Tomcat goodness in here, the conf folder, the web apps folder, the bin folder. Bin folder is where all of the real Tomcat goodness exists, such as shutdown and startup. But I don't want to keep this in my downloads folder. I always create an underscore tools folder in which I put all of my important tools. You can see I've got Eclipse there, Git, WebSphere, Liberty, Maven, Spring Source, even WSFTP. And now I have Tomcat 9 there. Now with Tomcat 9 there, one of the things you're supposed to do is you're actually supposed to go in and set an environment variable pointing to, well, not Tomcat home, it's called Catalina home. So I'm going to go in here, see if I get an option to set environment variables. So there we go, right there. Edit the environment variables list. Click on environment variables, and I need to add a new one called Catalina home. And that'll just point to the installation directory of Tomcat. Not the bin directory, just the installation directory. If you really want to get fancy, you can always go in, edit the path, and say, hey, I want to include the bin directory of Tomcat on the global path. It might be a good idea, might not be. It's up to you, but it'll allow you to call Tomcat commands from anywhere in the command line. Okay, so I've got that started. I've got, well, nothing's started yet. I've got Tomcat installed. I'm going to unzip, set the environment variable, maybe even added it to the path. It's this bin directory that has all of the interesting tools in it, one of which is startup.bat. So I'm just going to run that, git bash here. And from git bash here, I'm simply going to say startup.bat. Now, by the way, if you don't have git bash on your machine, you can always just open up the command prompt. Head to the Tomcat bin directory and just run the command from here. So if I do a dir s star, you can see startup.bat. You can just go startup.bat and it would run. Of course, it's not going to run right now because I've already started it in a git bash shell. And if I try and run it again, I'll get a port conflict. So I'm just going to leave it there. That's a good little example. Looks like everything has started up. Once everything's started up, well, it's time to head over into your web browser and see if you can get to Tomcat. So I'll go to localhost 8080 maybe. Localhost 8080. And there we go. We've got Tomcat. Just doing a Google for localhost 8080. God bless Google. But here we go. We've got Tomcat. It has been created. It has been installed. You can see that it's running on localhost 8080. You can take a look at some of the examples, see if there's a JSP example. We got the hello world tag. Look, it's running hello world. Do we have a date snoop. I always like the snoop one. And there we go. A little bit of snooping on us. Anyways, that's it. That's how easy it is to download Tomcat, install Tomcat, and get Tomcat installed on your own local machine. I'm going to do another tutorial on it a little bit later to show you how to install Eclipse and integrate Eclipse with Tomcat. And then that one shows you actually how to jump into development. But for now, that's it. Happy Java.